facility on the Sierra Vista campus. This project is also part of Phase 3 of our First Responders Academy, which will provide housing for cadets going through one of our multiple academies for first responders, as well as for other students who enrolled at the college, where housing can be part of their educational experience. Please allow me to recognize some dignitaries who have joined us today. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. First, the elected Cochise College Governing Board, Chair Tim Quinn, Jane Strain, David DePeso, Don Hudgens, and Stephanie Money. We are also joined today by Trustee Emeritus Dennis Nelson, who was likewise instrumental in this project. This board has provided outstanding guidance and direction and allowed the college to be innovative in how it meets local workforce needs. Representing Congressman Juan Siscomani, Fiona DeYoung, thank you, Fiona, for joining us today. Cochise County Sheriff Mark Daniels, I know he was working the room. There, he's actually sitting. Somebody take a photo. The sheriff is actually sitting. And then representing the Cochise College Foundation, we have Board Chair Larry Borger and Member Mary Jackson. We were hopeful also to have Past Chair Joanna Mikulich join us. Thank you to the Foundation for all your efforts. The Foundation played a key role in this project as the stewards of the Bugen Family Fund. So let's welcome those individuals here with us today. I am sure I have missed a number of individuals, whether they be other elected officials or community leaders. Thank you for participating with us today. Today we celebrate the opening of Bugen Hall. Bugen Hall will provide accommodations for 45 students and a housing director. This 20,000 square foot facility, as you'll see on your tour, provides 3 private individual bedrooms in a shared apartment-style living. The facility is designed to provide individual privacy while also a learning community environment. Now, whether it be by chance or by divine providence, today is the Serbian Christmas. You see, the Serbian Orthodox Church uses the Julian calendar, which is 13 days later compared to the Gregorian calendar. So today is Christmas, and I don't think George Bugen would have it any other way. I think it is probably divine providence. So Merry Christmas. I think that it is more than appropriate that we celebrate this building as a great Christmas present from a great man who is so committed to his faith as a member of the St. Stephen Serbian Orthodox Church of Bisbee. You see, the Serbian Orthodox presence in Cochise County goes back to the late 1880s, as early Serbian immigrants came to Bisbee to work in the mines or in other businesses. Many of these early immigrants became American citizens, but they retained their love for the Orthodox Christian faith of their homeland. And this is certainly the case for the Bugen family. Chris Bugen, a native of Yugoslavia, came to the United States in 1907 and became a pioneer resident of Bisbee, where he ran the Bugen Brothers Grocery. Chris, a World War I veteran, he and his wife, a Bisbee native, Mamie, married in 1925 and had 3 children, Betty, Sam, and George. George, who this building is named after, was born on March 1st, 1928, in the residence above Bugen Grocery on Naco Road, at that time also known as Slag Dump, in Bisbee, Arizona. George was a Bisbee Puma through and through. If you have a chance, take a look at the tribute wall over here, where you will see George's senior class photo, his football jersey, his varsity letter and belt buckle, and his diploma, class of 1947. And yes, his diploma is printed on copper. Now, George took great pride in Bisbee Puma, and as I spent time with him, he would reiterate to me the fact that he was a member of the team in 1945 that was the first team to beat the Douglas Bulldogs and bring the pick home to Bisbee. He was extremely proud of that. Both Sam and George served during the Korean War. Sam in the United States Army and George in the United States Navy. While in the Navy, George received training as a machinist and spent much of his working life with Phelps Dodge. After spending some time underground, he knew he wanted something better. So he took the opportunity to use the skills acquired in the Navy to become a machinist for the mines, first in Bisbee and then for many, many years in Peru. He obviously explored some other opportunities along the way to his retirement in 1986. George's professional background is what drew him to Cochise College, and the opportunity to pay things forward for local residents trying to improve themselves through career education and training. George understood that with some training and skills acquisitions, one could improve one's own future and the lives of many. George was most interested in the career and technical education fields of automotive technology, welding and machining, construction trades, and HVAC. As he aged, he came to see the increased value of the college's nursing and allied health fields, which he spent a lot of time talking to Cochise College nurses. In February of 2012, the Cochise College Governing Board approved the naming of the Bugen Family Career and Technical Education Building just down the road here a little bit. They did this in recognition of the transfer of the Sam Bugen estate and the pledge of the George Bugen estate. These generous contributions through the Cochise College Foundation have been utilized as the seed monies for the expansion of our residential construction trades program, the heating and air conditioning program, and the automotive technology program, including construction of the automotive technology building adjacent to the Bugen Family Career and Technical Education Building. In 2016, some of the Bugen assets were used in the development of the downtown center. Until his passing in the March of 2022, you could expect to see George's weekly circuit as he drove his beloved Cadillac around campus and at the memory wall at the downtown center. In tribute to George Bugen, we have parked his beloved Cadillac facing the building. If George would have been alive, he would have parked there every week to ensure that the building was being built properly. George Bugen was posthumously inducted into the Cochise College Hall of Fame. In recognition of his years of service and generous contributions to Cochise College, the governing board authorized the naming of this facility Bugen Hall. May all who live and learn in its halls be a tribute to him. Merry Christmas, George. Just like George understood the value of a trade or a skill, Cochise College could not succeed in these types of projects without the help of trade partners. First, the technical skills of our architectural partners from BWS Architects. Sue Gray, Frank Slingerland, and Jesse Ross, your efforts in building design, function, and appearance is appreciated. Are you here? We'd like to have, I see Frank there. Come on up, Frank. I'd like to recognize BWS for outstanding work.
That's so nice of you.
And of course, none of this happens without skilled tradesmen and craftsmen from Core Construction Team. Over the past 15 months, the skills and trades of Core Construction have manifested themselves as we literally watch this building come out of the ground. We hope you are as proud of this building as we are. Your team included the skilled professionals of Fred and Ryan Knapp, Kevin Merrill, Wayne Cook, and Ashley Morales. But the local crew of project manager Nathan Chamberlain and superintendents Ethan Epling and Austin Gardner made this project personal. and of that I am extremely appreciative. Is Ethan and Austin and Nathan here? Also, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the hard work of the Cochise College team. Dr. Wendy Davis, Jim Barrows, David Jones, and all the crew from facilities, maintenance, purchasing, and tech services. You have brought the project to fruition on time and under budget. I will say, for Wendy's benefit, we made a decision we'll probably not have a building open right after the holidays. As our team from CORE understands, it was quite a challenge at times working around calendars and other things. But to our architects, to CORE Construction, and of course to our team, Wendy and Jim and David and all of our team, thank you so much for all your efforts. You've really made this a beautiful building, and I know George would be extremely proud. So before we cut the ribbon and open Bugen Hall, we would like to hear first from Denise Hoyos, the Executive Director of the Cochise College Foundation, and then Mr. Tim Quinn, Chair of the Cochise College Governing Board. Denise, please.
Thank you, JD. Thanks everyone for being here. It's such an exciting day. I had the honor of knowing George Bugen for about the last 10 years of his life, and he was just a really interesting person. He's an example of someone who came from humble beginnings, who worked hard and was persistent, and in the end is making a difference for hundreds, thousands of people well into the future. George could have done any number of things with his assets, but he chose to support the students of Cochise College because that idea aligned with his values. He was extremely dedicated to what he wanted to do, and let me tell you, he really looked at that stock market all of the time. But in the end, he made a gift from the heart that honors not only his family's legacy here in Cochise County, but also advances the college for the greater good of the community. In fact, students have been asking about housing at the Sierra Vista Campus for a pretty long time, and the Bugen name will always be associated with the beginnings of that effort. At a presentation last year, I explained to a group that the College Foundation was proud that its assets had reached an all-time high and then dropped by $8 or $9 million. That caused some head scratching because people wanted to know why we were satisfied about having reduced resources and weren't we trying to grow the endowment. And the answer to the second question is, of course, we're always trying to grow the endowment. But the answer to the first question is really that the receipt of a charitable gift is only the beginning for students. Nothing makes the foundation happier than seeing the gifts, the charitable gifts that it is entrusted with, fulfilling their purpose. George's objective of enhancing the Sierra Vista campus met with a college need. And it also allowed the foundation to carry out its mission, which is to promote student success through scholarships, program support, and capital development. It takes a team to carry out donor wishes, so I'm going to be a little bit repetitive of what JD did. I would like to thank the many people who played a role, including, I'm not going to name names, but including the college and the foundation staff, many service providers here in the county, and our foundation and governing board members. Together, we documented George's plans, managed the assets, cleaned out his house and sold it according to his wishes, made sure the estate taxes were filed, and generally paved the way for his donation to do its work. We can't wait for that to start. And I'd like to name one other person. George has a cousin named John. He's in California. It's one of his closest relatives. And John was the trustee for George's estate. And so he, of course, played an important role in making sure that we were doing what we had told George we would do. He is not able to be here today, but we've sent him photographs as things have progressed, and he sent a few comments. This is an amazing use of George's money. I am extremely impressed with what you all have accomplished, and I know George would be very proud and happy. And so I just want to finish by saying thank you to everyone who played a role in making sure that George's charitable goal has been achieved. Thank you.
I sent a note last week to JD and I said, "What's your objectives today?" He said, "Short, simple, and to the point." Standing next to JD, I'm short. I'm a fairly simple guy. So JD, 2 out of 3 is pretty good if you're doing batting averages, so let's go from there. Listen, on behalf of the governing board, we thank Dr. Rottweiler and the team of Cochise College for this incredible accomplishment. We also personally recognize you, Denise, and we recognize you and the foundation for your kindness and your devotion in working with George over the years, and especially your hands-on work with George as he settled his estate. Thank you so much. Last week, the Sierra Vista Herald announced the selection of Dr. Rottweiler as Citizen of the Year. Well-deserved, and all of us on the governing board congratulate you on that recognition. In that article, JD spoke of the profound focus Cochise College has on communities. I believe this building, resulting from the generous philanthropy of George C. Bugen, represents 2 critical aspects of what I believe comprise a community: heritage and family. But let me preface my comments by saying how appropriate it is that this building is a result of a Bisbee native. For this month, we say goodbye to board member Dennis Nelson. The entire governing board wants to publicly acknowledge and thank Dennis Nelson and Luann for their immensely positive support, not only to the college, but for the impact on Bisbee. And as we welcome Bisbeeite Stephanie Money to the board. But the Bugen heritage spans many generations in Bisbee. The importance of that heritage to George, especially on today, 7 January 2025, can be capsulated with the Serbian phrase, Srećan Božić. Let me explain. George was indeed a second-generation Serbian. His father and his grandparents had paid the $60 to $80 for the boat trip to cross the Atlantic, eventually settling in Bisbee. It was a bustling town. What a poignant reminder of us, for all of us in 2025, that the success of American towns like Bisbee, because of integration of thousands of immigrants, in this case, Serbians. In the early days, in the early 1900s, it was estimated there was 2,500 Serbians that had settled in Serbia. They were working in the mines. They were running grocery stores, as his dad did, Chris, cafes, and boarding houses. And being a Serb was always important to George. For 45 years, George served as a member of the Serb National Federation. And as a member of the Bisbee Young Slavs, George proposed the building of the first and only Serbian church in Bisbee. It is the only Serbian church south of Phoenix in all of Arizona today. And it was in that church, year after year, on 7th January, that George and his Serbian family and friends would wish each other Srećan Božić, Merry Christmas. In that theme, last night, Ruth and I attended, by invite of Father Erickson, the Serbian priest of St. Stephen Church, to participate in the traditional symbolic burning of the Yule log, held Christmas Eve at St. Stephen Church. We met a woman named Jeannie, a longtime friend of George's. She knew George's mother, Mamie, and Jeannie's mother knew George's mother, Mamie. And she proudly pointed out she's one of the few remaining Serbs in Bosnia. And to highlight what a small community Cochise County is, Jeannie reminded me she worked at Cochise College for over 20 years at the Douglas campus in the physical fitness area, in the weight room specifically. But let me disagree a moment with Dr. Rottweiler. I got hell and high water from Jeannie for hosting this on Christmas Day. She told me that someone was looking down on us, thinking, why Christmas Day? Because otherwise she would have been here in attendance. So likely for nearly 100 years, the Bugen family celebrated a traditional Serbian Christmas in his church in Bisbee. And when George grew older and he retired and he settled in Bisbee, he helped maintain the Serbian section of the Bisbee Evergreen Cemetery, where George is laid to rest behind his parents, Chris and Mamie. Then you reach George's headstone. Then you reach his brother Sam and his wife Peggy. And then to the left is his sister Betty and her husband. They're all laid to rest in the Evergreen Cemetery. Every time George signed his name, he reflected Serbian heritage. It was George C. Bugen. C stood for Chris. Serbian tradition was your son would often carry as a middle name the name of your father, Chris. George was a proud Serb, and we should celebrate his heritage just as we should celebrate and honor his family. Both JD and James talk about the ubiquitous focus of Cochise College on our communities, and I believe the essence of our communities are the families that live in them. Within the communities of Bisbee and Warren specifically, George and his family presence should be remembered. When you see the old steel head frame of Campbell Mine, it was a single shaft mine to the depth of 1,300 feet. George worked there. It's on the right side of Old Bisbee Road. And for Jane, when you and the girls drive down to go to the Hitching Post Saloon, it would be on your right as you go down there. We should remember the Bugens when we walk past the soap and sundry store on 25 Main Street. It was there that George's mom first started out as a waitress. That was called the Palace Cafe. Or even better, go to Warren Ballpark. Across the street where there now is a gas station was Mamie's Cafe. As a woman in the mid-1900s, she started that and operated that cafe and would talk about the ball players coming over and having lunch after a game. Or simply drive the streets near Warren and imagine George playing in the streets near his home on 212 Hazard Street or later at 522 Rupe Street, both homes still standing today. But I sincerely believe, and I have a special place in my heart for moms, I believe we pay the greatest tribute to George's life and generosity by taking time to listen to his own mother, Mamie, in her own words. You see, in May of 1991, when Mamie was a spry 83 years old, she recorded an interview with Bisbee Museum, and she talked about growing up and raising George and the rest of her family in Bisbee. She was quite a woman by her own words. The strength of her commitment to family and community reminds me of the commitment of other women I have come across, like Melanie, Melissa, Crystal, Jane, Jessica, Pam, and Luann, and most lovingly, Ruthie. In honor of George's mom, yesterday on behalf of Cochise College, a bouquet of red and white flowers was placed on Mamie's grave in Bisbee, recognizing her devotion, as well as George's, to family, community, and we stand here in Bugen Hall. His legacy to heritage and family and commitment will not be forgotten by generations to come. So with this ceremony, at the end, we say to George on Christmas Day, Hvala ti puno, or thank you very much. And to all of you, I wish Dubar Dan, good day, good day.
We'll now ask the governing board and Larry and Denise and Mary to please come forth representing the foundation. We'll do a ceremony of ribbon cutting, and then please feel free to tour the facility. There's refreshments in a number of the rooms as well. So please come on up.
It's ribbon cutting time here at Bugen Hall, celebrating the grand opening and dedication ceremony here today. On Serbian Christmas celebrating the life and legacy of George C. Bugen that will continue for generations here at Cochise College.
Denise, why don't you and I do this in tribute to George, as we had the chance to meet him and spend a lot of time with George. I will tell you, I've taken the number of tours in that Cadillac through Bisbee as we got a history. George was in his 90s, and it was kind of scary to drive on some of the roads in Bisbee. But it will forever be a highlight and a memory, I think, for both of us. We were awfully glad when we got to the golf course and could eat lunch, but it was quite a memory. So on behalf of that, if everybody wants to slide up here. Ready? Slide on up here, everybody. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3.
And the ribbon is cut here at Bugen Hall, a brand new housing facility for students at Cochise College. And it is time for the tour. Everybody, it's Jeff Davenport joining you here live at Bugen Hall at Cochise College's Sierra Vista Campus. Now, for the longest time, the only residence hall facility for Cochise College was in the Douglas area on the Douglas campus, but now that is no longer the case. As Bugen Hall is open to the public, the ribbon has been cut. The grand opening ceremony with a who's who of anybody who's everybody here in Sierra Vista, Cochise County. It is an amazing Serbian Christmas day here to be able to celebrate what is going on at Cochise College. I'm not sure if they've opened stuff up here, or do the tours come through here or the other way, or does it matter? And there's rooms that we can come in here. Is that all right? Hey, we can come in here, Todd. Let me go grab the other microphone real quick. That way it's off of the podium. As we get going for this amazing tour here. Yeah, Todd.
Did we want to get Jeremy over here?
Sure, absolutely. We talked to him. Good to see you. Hey, good to see you. Hey, Dr. Gary. Good to see you. Congratulations. Sir.
How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Merry Serbian Christmas to you.
Thank you.
The Serbian culture and heritage is something very close to my family. My wife is Serbian, half Serbian, so
wonderful.
It's really neat to kind of incorporate that into the life of this amazing man from Bisbee, but a Cochise County legend.
Yeah, so it was really interesting as we chose a date. We didn't know what that was, and we sent it to his cousin, John, and his cousin responded back and said, what an appropriate day. George would be so proud that it's happening on Serbian Christmas, which interesting enough caused us a lot of research, as you heard, just thinking about George and the amazing things he has done for our college and our county.
Now let's talk about this. This is the first student resident housing on the Sierra Vista campus. This is huge, JD.
That is huge. I mean, he fell in love with the Sierra Vista campus. Now, I visited with him one time. I said, do we want to do some things on the Douglas campus? And he definitively said no. And I thought, I really wonder why that is. And then as I learned more about him, he was a Bisbee Puma through and through. And nothing was good was going to come from the Douglas Bulldogs. I truly believe that. Now, his love of Douglas students and the college and all that other stuff was there. But he was a Bisbee Puma to the very end.
And you ended up getting some memorabilia from him over there on the wall.
And I hope
you have his jersey and his diploma. That's great.
It was so interesting when George and I met and we spent a lot of time together. He told me, he said, JD, I just want you to know I'm going to give everything I have to the college. And I said, that means everything that's in my home, all of my stuff. He says, I just have a couple requests. And his one request was that I take out of his computer his hard drive and I smash it with a hammer because he didn't want anybody looking at his documents. Said the rest of you can sell. And he said, then the rest of you can go through my house and you are welcome to put it all up for sale, but the sale cannot be in my driveway. I don't want my neighbors going through my things. And so we have literally honored all of that.
Sounds very Serbian.
And when we say the things that come, we're using some of his tools in construction trades. His Cadillac is used by our automotive program. I mean, he just literally provided everything. And I couldn't think of a better way to provide a tribute to him than to have his name on this building his football jersey, his varsity letter, his belt buckle, and just for all the things he's done. He's a game changer for this campus.
Looking at that as a whole, who are the next game changers? I mean, when you have a legend like that, it's tough to see and tough to predict the future, knowing that this facility will be here for decades to come. That legend will continue to live.
Yeah, clearly, we thought more than appropriate. The board said the housing complex should be Bugen Hall. Where that builds from, where that goes, will be a tribute for him forever. It's interesting. We talk about how you grow friends and fundraise. You just have to happen your way into the right people. And I think our commitment to community is what made a huge difference in his life. He could see the value of providing opportunities for local people to get local skills, to fill local jobs, to impact the community and the county that he loved.
Well, I know this county and community loves you, and is grateful for your leadership over these last so many years that you've been the head of Cochise College, and we look forward to having that interview with you very soon.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to go through the litany of things that have happened under your purview as president of Cochise College. J.D. Rowell, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much. Where would you suggest we start our tour?
Well, you are welcome in any of these rooms. So once you see, this building has really, it is designed for 48 students. This one will have 45 because we took one of the rooms and turned it into a housing director's apartment. So it has a 2-bedroom apartment instead of the 3 individual rooms. You'll see each of the quads has 3 individual rooms, share shower and restroom facilities and all the stuff needed in there. So they have individual privacy in a learning community environment. Of course, they'll share this open area. So whether it be police academy cadets, nursing students, automotive students, general studies students, we just know this will be a great environment for students to learn, grow, and develop their skills.
This is going to be the Residence Hall community space.
That's right.
Here at Cochise Community College. JD, thank you again, man.
Thank you.
All the best, and can't wait to talk to you soon. We will be talking to JD soon, get an interview with him as he will be outgoing from the president's office at Cochise College in just a matter of months as Dr. James Perry, who we just saw walk by us. He's actually standing over there. He'll be the next president of this fine institution. So we get to walk through here, the hall director. So this would be the resident director. Hey, Tim, great to see you. Great job today, man. So the resident hall director. This would be their living quarters, like an RA or RD, if you're familiar with the college terms. I was a resident assistant. I didn't have a cool space like this. This is awesome. Take a look around here. They got a great view here at the parking lot and some of the other buildings, and a nice closet there is what it looks like. Is this a sleep number bed? I'm not sure if that's a. So inside the resident director's quarters. Looks pretty nice in there. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. A lot of room in here in the bathroom and linen closet in here. A lot of space for the RD. That's fantastic. And then the little kitchen area out here as well. So plenty of life waiting to happen right here at the Cochise College Bugen Hall. It looks like everybody else is coming over on this side here.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, good to see you. Hey. I should have worn my suit, my new suit.
Yeah, how are you? She was telling me all about it.
Now on this side, what are we looking at on this side?
Bedrooms.
Okay, these are the students, the student rooms, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. So it looks like solo rooms, but 3 to a hall that would have a shared restroom. So this is the room number 2, the restroom over here. Restroom, facilities, good lighting. And then coming back over here to room number 3, and then the shower area. So again, 3 students would be living in these quarters, sharing a shower, sharing a bathroom, and a shared common living space right here. And you multiply this out times 9, because I believe they said there's 45 beds, 45 bedrooms here at Bugen Hall, the brand new, the brand new residence hall here at Cochise College in Sierra Vista. Help yourself to some fresh fruit, some cheese, some cookies that they have here. Always the finest at Cochise College. This is something special. If you come to the campus of Cochise College like we do, oftentimes to be able to see what's happening here, this is a special day. And again, it is literally a who's who of Sierra Vista and Cochise County. When James Strain is here, when the hurricane is here, you know it's an event. You know when Hurricane Jane Strain is here. Should we go upstairs? You want to see what upstairs looks like? Let's go see upstairs, Todd. Here we go. So it is 2 floors, and as we head up the stairs of Bugen Hall, again, happy Serbian Christmas. Here's where a lot of people were standing. They had their view up here, a great view of what was going on downstairs during the opening ceremony, the ribbon cutting dedication ceremony. Head upstairs. Wow, so they've even got a good space right here off to the right-hand side. It's enclosed, so that way it's not, if it ends up being too loud, you can come in here, and this is fantastic. Are you actually a resident here?
I'm the hall director.
You're the hall director. What's your name?
Hi, Sierra.
Sierra, Jeff Davenport and Todd Ryan with Cool FM. Good to see you. How exciting is this? So,
It's very
your
exciting.
your space is downstairs.
Yes, I live downstairs.
And your room is open for everyone. Why don't you shut the door? Let these people don't need to be going through all your stuff. What's going on,
It's not even
Sierra?
down there yet. It's okay.
All right, okay.
It's beautiful.
I was wondering where all the stuff was, but how cool is this? Are you a Cochise College graduate yourself, or
No.
have you ever gone to Cochise College?
No.
Then
But
that makes it
I
even
love
more
it
exciting.
here. Oh, ever since I got hired, I've just been kind of in shock and awe. It's beautiful here. I love it.
Where are you from?
I'm from Connecticut.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
A little bit different weather in Connecticut right now than here in Sierra Vista today.
Yes.
It's cold in Sierra Vista today.
Is it?
And yeah, exactly. That's what people from Connecticut say. They say, okay, I'll take your word for it.
I didn't
but-
even flinch when I walked outside.
Of course not. No, that's amazing. So there is still availability for students
Yes.
who want to move into this hall. Is that correct?
There is, yes.
And how would they go about making sure that they are
They
one
can
of the...
come talk to me. I'm Sierra Lalas. I mean, I just got my Cochise email, so you can email me and we can figure out getting an application done. There's an application fee. There's a couple other fees.
I have the flyer here if you'd like to. If
Okay.
you'd like to, it's the one on the back, the last one
There you
right
go.
there. There you go.
You got
If you'd like
the $50 application fee, the $100 deposit, and I believe there is also a laundry fee because we have amazing laundry facilities.
Yeah, let's go take a look at that over here, Sarah. I mean, having laundry services on site is something very, very. It's
a
great to
luxury.
have. Yeah.
It's a great luxury to have. I mean, it's not coin based, so it's pretty easy to use. I came from other housings in different colleges, and it's not always something that students get to have. So coming here and seeing this, I even saw the progress in my first interview. It was amazing. So this is a luxury that I'm very happy that the students get to share with each other.
It is really, really neat. Now, on this upstairs level, is there a benefit to being upstairs or downstairs? Is it like upperclassmen,
all the
lowerclassmen, or is it? I
same.
mean, I know the rooms are the same, basically,
Yeah.
right? It's the three rooms that have the restroom and the bathroom, the shower area,
Yes.
and then the study common area.
We're still
that
in
they
the
have.
process of placing students, so there's no real, I guess you can say, there's no upperclassmen, lowerclassmen
Okay.
students going anywhere. It's really like where we think they'll fit best and where they'll work best together.
So you can put people together if they maybe have the same degree program or something like
Our
that.
police
You can
academy, we do have police academy students. They will all be staying in the same rooms, and we are working with Dr. Brooks, who is the director of the police academy. He is helping us with that, getting them in the right spaces together, making sure that they are cohesive.
This is awesome. Well, we're excited to be here today. How excited was that ribbon cutting?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I loved it.
Oh, it's so great to see you. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us and showing us around here, the brand new resident director here again in the upstairs section, looking down the halls here at Bugen Hall. This is the student resident facility on the Sierra Vista campus at Cochise College. It has been a long time coming, and thank you so much. And George Bugen, should we go downstairs and finish looking at his Bisbee lineage? As they talked about, if you're just joining us, we're live at Bugen Hall, the brand newly opened Bugen Hall at Cochise College's Sierra Vista campus. And they talked about that George Bugen is Serbian. And today, oddly enough, is Serbian Christmas. And so having this be the day to dedicate to him the name that will be ensconced on these walls forever and ever. Good to see you.
How you doing?
Hey guys, good to see you. This is the place. Oh, a fanny pack, really? Oh, thank you. That's so nice. I appreciate that. Thank you. Look at that fanny pack. It feels like there's something in there too. It's like, okay, I got some goodies in my fanny pack. If you look right here, this is what was talked about that President Rottweiler spoke about was right here. His letter, his football jersey, his diploma that is actually made of copper. George Bugen. What a remarkable man, and we got his belt buckle right there. He is Bisbee Puma through and through, and there's a photo of George, a more recent photo of the man right there. Passed away March 28th, 2022, but his name, his legacy will live on forever here in the halls of Bugen Hall at Cochise College, the brand new resident facility. And as Sierra, the new resident director, mentioned, and I also want to mention before we sign off here, is that any Cochise College full-time student taking at least 12 credits can submit an application to live here in Bugen Hall. There are spaces still available. The deadline for applications will be January 21st, so you only got a couple weeks left, but their space is limited again. So students, apply as soon as possible to live on campus here at Cochise College. You can do that now at the Sierra Vista Campus right here in Bugen Hall. Thank you so much to Cochise College. Thank you to Robin and everybody who helped get this thing together. Sharina, of course, for J.D. Rottweiler, the president of Cochise College, for talking to us. We will have an interview with him to talk about his legacy, and I believe it's going to be just as strong as Mr. Bugen's legacy is. Will be J.D. Rottweiler's legacy here at Cochise College, and we'll go over that when we speak to him in the very near future. Do us a favor, if you're a Cochise College graduate like me, Cochise College alumni like me, or not, make sure that you share this video around. Make sure you tag some folks who you know went to Cochise College. Let them know that this is now open on the Sierra Vista campus, and they can stop by. Just drive on through and check it out. It's an amazing facility, an amazing building, and amazing to be a part of this ceremony. So thank you, Cochise College, and all the staff and faculty that was instrumental in allowing us to be here for this event. As always, if you get an added value or benefit from anything here on Cool FM, leave us a thumbs up. Please share the video, and make sure that you are a follower of the most transformative social media page in all of Arizona, as far as I'm concerned. It's right here on Cool FM Live. Have a great day, everybody. Jeff Davenport signing off from Bugen Hall at Cochise College's Sierra Vista Campus. Newly opened, newly dedicated. We thank you for watching this presentation of Cool FM Live.